How's it going, everyone? This is Daniel. In this video, we are going to be talking about Tesla stock, the overall market. We got some important updates about Elon Musk and the Twitter deal that's going on right now. We're going to be covering this important information. We also have some important economic data coming up tomorrow. We're going to be talking about that and how that could potentially affect the overall market. So make sure you stay tuned. We have some important updates coming up. As you can see over here, we have Tesla stock that's sitting at $238.13. We're down again 1.11% today. And the overall market was also selling off, unfortunately, except for the energy sectors. As you can see over here, we are seeing some more downside for the overall market. And tomorrow we are going to be getting unemployment data coming out, so that could potentially have some impact with the overall market too. So we'll see if we're going to be getting this continuation move to the downside, or we might get a surprise on unemployment. If unemployment actually goes up, that could be an indication that the economy is slowing down, and investors could potentially see that as a sign that the economy is slowing down, and maybe the Fed might pivot and change their economic policies as of right now, as if raising interest rates aggressively. So now let's go over and talk about some important updates that we got for Elon Musk and the Twitter deal. So as you can see, we got some breaking news that came out just a few minutes ago that right now Twitter is not going to pull the litigation, the lawsuit that they have against Elon Musk, and Elon Musk is not really happy about that. So we're going to be talking about in detail about this and how this could potentially be dragging on for a while. So as you can see from the headline that we got, will it go around in circles? Twitter will not take yes for an answer, Musk tells court. So right now, what initially Elon Musk wanted to do was, since he agreed that he was going to be paying the $44 billion, he also wanted Twitter to pull the trial so he can potentially proceed with the financing and potentially close the deal. But Twitter actually stated that they are not going to be pulling this lawsuit. They agreed for the $44 billion deal, but they're saying that they're not going to be pulling out this litigation, this lawsuit, in spite of Elon Musk, saying that he's going to be fully committed to closing out the deal. So you can kind of agree on this case with Twitter side, because Elon Musk in the past stated that he was going to buy Twitter. He was committed. He got the financing. He even sold billions of dollars worth of Tesla stock, and then he changed his mind. And right now he's saying he's willing to commit because of this lawsuit, and that Twitter is not going to be pulling the one thing that is making him commit. And you never know, he might change his mind after they pull the lawsuit off. He might say, okay, you know what, I'm not going to be buying Twitter, so that is some of the risk that they're trying to avoid. So they're saying that, so they agree for the deal, but they're saying they're not going to be pulling this litigation lawsuit. So that is the important update that we've got. So as you can see, you have Twitter opposes Musk motion to delay trial, citing threat of further mischief and delay. In a court filing on Thursday, Elon Musk said he wants Twitter to call off existing litigation in order to close the deal at $54.20 a share this month. So he wants to close the deal, but of course Twitter, they're not going to be risking it again. They're saying, okay, we're not going to pull this litigation unless we close the deal, unless we finalize it. So the trial is going to be on until we get this deal signed and officially done with it. So that is the massive update that we've got. And the other important thing that we talked about, of course, on yesterday's video also is that the financing, right? So Elon Musk wants to go back and focus on getting the financing done so he can potentially close the deal this month. So unfortunately, we got this report that came out. It was a few months ago when Elon Musk was pulling out, saying that he's no longer interested in buying Twitter. We have Apollo and 6th Street Partners LLC saying that they're not going to be moving ahead to potentially provide financing for this Twitter deal, since Elon Musk stated that he's backing down. So right now they're saying that, okay, we're not going to come back and provide financing at the current moment. So Elon Musk still has to go out there and get more funding for this deal. So that is going to be a big problem. We're going to be watching a detailed breakdown of this financing issue, what this could potentially mean for Tesla investors. So after you watch the video, we're going to come back and go over some important updates about the overall market and what to expect for Tesla stock for tomorrow, and also for the earnings coming up on October 19th. So first, let's check out the video.
Yeah, so according to sources, the debt financing portion of Musk's package is still at issue, and it's a sticking point, at least part of the sticking point between the two sides. The problem is, in the original April 25th agreement, when Musk agreed to buy Twitter at $54.20 a share, that was not contingent. There was no clause in the agreement contingent on the debt financing proceeds being received. And then you'll remember what happened 2 evenings ago when Musk's representatives wrote a letter to Twitter. The proceeds from the debt being received was part of his offer, his update to his offer. So clearly it's a sticking point. You're looking at the reaction in Twitter shares. But I guess the greater context here is that they're ready to move forward once that's resolved. And indeed, one source said that if we can get past this point, we could move very quickly, indeed have closing within a week or so. So we're paying very close attention to what happens with that debt.
Ed, I'm curious, though, about, once again, it comes down to the financing, right? So if he doesn't have that financing, what does that have to do to his personal wealth then? There was a big correlation for a while, an inverse correlation between Tesla shares and Twitter shares for a long time. The idea here simply being that to finance this deal, he might have to sell more and more of his Tesla stock. Is that dynamic going to come back into play?
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it? There's $12.5 billion of debt and an additional $500 million revolving credit line. And frankly, the conditions in the market for leveraged debt have changed, right? We're a long way in the world from where we were in April. He raised secured backing for $7.1 billion of additional equity financing from partners. What's happened in that time? Well, of course, Tesla stock is also lower than where it was in April. And so that impacts the amount that if he did have to sell more Tesla stock, obviously there's a consideration around the volume of shares he may have to sell at this point in order to meet the dollar value of that commitment. So I think that's part of the pressure we see in Tesla stock right now. It's just not just the element of key man risk, but the idea that he might have to liquidate more of his holdings of Tesla in order to finance this package.
As you can see right here, we have Tesla stock that is sitting at $238.13. Unfortunately, we're down again. So we've been having a pretty aggressive sell-off happening in Tesla stock, the last few days, and we're back in this range that we talked about on yesterday between 250 and 230 to 215 area, right around over here. So we might potentially be staying in this range for a while. There is a lot of back and forth going on with Elon Musk. We still might potentially be getting some more selling pressure coming in with Tesla stock. The overall market is also showing some form of a weakness, but tomorrow we got some important economic data coming out. Of course, as I mentioned, unemployment data coming out. So depending upon how the overall market is doing, we might potentially see a recovery on Tesla stock because we've been selling off aggressively, right? So we might potentially get at least 1 or 2 days of a bounce back or trying to bounce back. That can definitely happen. So be on the lookout for that. But when you look at the overall market also, we had some pretty strong bounce happening, and tomorrow, based off of the unemployment data that we're getting, we might potentially be aggressively going up or selling off aggressively to the downside. So be on the lookout for that. The report is going to be coming out early in the morning, so we might potentially see this move happen at the beginning of the morning. So that's going to be an important thing to watch out for. Also for Twitter stock, as you can see, we are down 3.72% on the day. And that is mainly because Elon Musk saying that, okay, pull the litigation, just close out this lawsuit. I don't want to get dragged to court. Twitter's saying, okay, you know what? We're not going to risk it. This is the only thing that is making him commit and finalize the deal. As long as you don't close the deal, we're not going to be pulling out this litigation. So they're stuck right now. So that is the big thing that we need to be watching out for. The stock price is down 3.72% after hours, but it's up. So we'll see how things are going to be moving forward. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this whole situation? What do you think about Tesla, Twitter, Elon Musk? I'd love to hear your opinion. But I'll catch you guys on another video. Have a wonderful day.